Hi folks, Cornell here from Midlife Crits. How are you? Continuing our series of talent tree focuses, I am going to now step into the Hunter class and take a look first at Beast Mastery, which is actually my preferred spec with the Hunter. It's the one I've played the longest for spec, and one I really just enjoy, and I enjoy the fantasy around the Beast Master spec, the whole communing with your pet, especially back when you actually had to feed your pet, keep your pet happy. That was a big thing to me, and I really enjoyed it. So let's jump on in to the talents. At level 15, you have Killer Instinct, Animal Companion, which is not yet implemented, and Dire Beast. Let's take a look here. Killer Instinct is a passive. Kill command deals 50% increased damage against enemies below 35% health. Animal Companion, which is not yet implemented, is a passive. Your call pet additionally summons the first pet from your stable. This pet will obey your kill command, but cannot use pet family abilities. This sounds like this is the potential stand-in for not having Hati anymore. Or Hati, depending on how you want to pronounce it. And then Dire Beast is a instant with a 15-second cooldown and a 40-yard range. Summons a powerful wild beast to attack your target for 8 seconds. Next at level 30 we have Dire Stable, One with the Pack, and Chimera Shot. Dire Stable is a passive. Dire Frenzy grants 8 additional focus over its duration. One with the Pack is a passive. Wild Call has a 20% increased chance to reset the cooldown of Dire Frenzy. Chimera Shot is a 40-yard range, an instant with a 13.4 second cooldown. Requires a ranged weapon. A 2-headed shot that hits your primary and another nearby target, dealing 1068 nature damage to one and 1068 frost damage to the other. It generates 10 focus for each target hit. At level 45, you have Trailblazer, Natural Mending, and Camouflage. Trailblazer. Sorry, tongue-tied. Trailblazer is a passive. Your movement speed is increased by 30% anytime you have not attacked for 3 seconds. Natural Mending is a passive as well. Every 30 focus you spend reduces the remaining cooldown on Exhilaration by 1 second. And finally, Camouflage is an instant cast. You and your pet blend into your surroundings and gain stealth for 1 minute. While camouflaged, you will heal for 2% of your maximum health every 1 second. And at level 60, we have Venomous Bite, Thrill of the Hunt, and a Murder of Crows. Venomous Bite is a passive. Cobra Shot reduces the cooldown of Bestial Wrath by 1 second. Thrill of the Hunt is a passive. Dire Frenzy increases your critical strike chance by 3% for 8 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. And finally, a Murder of Crows, which requires 30 focus, has a 40-yard range, is an instant cast with a 1-minute cooldown. Summons a flock of crows to attack your target, dealing 8,656 physical damage over 15 seconds. If the target dies while under attack, a Murder of Crows cooldown is reset. That is a pretty decent ability, a good one to pair up with like Kill Command and trying to finish off an enemy. Level 75, you have Born to be Wild, Post Haste, and Binding Shot. Born to be Wild is a passive. The cooldown of Aspect of the Cheetah and Aspect of the Turtle are reduced by 20 seconds. Post Haste is another passive. Disengage also frees you from all movement and parrying effects and increases your movement speed by 50% for 4 seconds. And finally, Binding Shot has a 30-yard range. It's an instant cast with a 45-second cooldown. Fires a magical projectile, tethering the enemy and any other enemies within 5 yards for 10 seconds, rooting them in place for 5 seconds if they move more than 5 yards from the arrow. This is definitely, to me, more of a PvP or crowd control situational ability, so it all depends on the raid or the dungeon that you're in. Level 90, we have Stomp, Barrage, and Stampede. Stomp is a passive. When you cast Dire Frenzy, your pet stomps the ground, dealing 736 physical damage to all nearby enemies. Barrage requires 60 focus, has a 40-yard range, it's a channeled spell with a 20-second cooldown. Rapidly fires a spray of shots for 2.7 seconds, dealing an average of 1900 physical damage to all enemies in front of you, usable while moving. That's a good movement-based ability. And then you have Stampede with a 30-yard range. It's an instant cast with a 3-minute cooldown. Summon a herd of stampeding animals from the wilds around you that deal damage to your enemies for 12 seconds. I personally like this one because, again, the fantasy of this particular spec. And at level 100, you have Aspect of the Beast, Killer Cobra, and Spitting Cobra. Aspect of the Beast is a passive ability that increases the damage of your pet's abilities by 30%. Increases the effectiveness of your pet's Predator's Thirst, Endurance Training, and Pathfinding passes by 50%. Killer Cobra is a passive as well. While Bestial Wrath is active, Cobra Shots resets the cooldown on kill command. And finally, Spitting Cobra is an instant cast with a 1.5-minute cooldown. Summons a Spitting Cobra for 20 seconds that attacks your target for 398 nature damage every 2 seconds. While the Cobra is active, you gain 2 focus every second. So, folks, let me know down in the comments below what you think of the Beastmaster build as it stands in the beta at this moment. Anything that gets you excited, any suggestions you have to changing this up as a leveling build. And for Midlife Crits, this is Cornell, and we will see you on the couch.